Hey guys, I'm Mohammad Khalikh. I'm a Previs artist based in India, and I've been working in the Indian film industry for over 7 years, creating pre-visualization for feature films, series, and commercials. I'm also a certified Reallusion trainer with more than 2 years of experience training students in animation and filmmaking. I've been using iClone since version 6, and now with iClone 8, it continues to be my go-to software for previous projects, helping me bring a director's vision to life even before the actual shoot or production begin. As a Previs artist, one of the biggest challenges is time. Unlike full animation productions, Previs needs to be done quickly so directors can see their vision come to life, from camera angles and pacing to lensing and acting, and the ability to make changes right away. This saves both time and production costs, and once finalized, the Previs becomes a blueprint for the entire film crew during the shoot. That's why speed is so important, and iClone's new Smart Search feature makes a huge difference. With the vast library of assets and motions in the Reallusion marketplace and the ability to find them instantly within the interface, it's much easier to assemble scenes and start animating immediately. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how we are going to create a pre-visualization scene for an accident sequence. Let's get right into it. This Previs involves two sequences. The first sequence is where the accident happens and the paramedics team comes to the rescue. And the second sequence is in the hospital where the patient recovers and is reunited with his wife. The only instructions from the director is that we use mounted cameras for the whole action and to use point of view shots when the patient is in the hospital. So let's start by building the environment for the first sequence. Click on the Smart Search icon over here, and you can dock this panel anywhere you want. And over here in the search bar, look for highway. Based on the script, the accident actually happens on a highway bridge. So let's look for a prop which is closer to a bridge. And I think this works. We can just double click on the asset and it will download the trial version, and you can drag and drop this into the scene. I think this works. Now let's look for a car. I'm actually looking for a car where we can open the doors and we can also use the steering wheel. So in this case, I think this car over here works for me. So let's download the trial version of this car and we can drag and drop it into the scene. And let's check if the doors can be opened. This works, and we also have the steering wheel. Perfect. And now let's search for an ambulance. You can also right click on the asset and click on product page if you want to look at all the information about the product. Good. This scene's really good. Let's drag and drop this into the scene. This also has doors that we can operate, so this works for me. So in order to purchase these assets, let's go to the content panel. Click on trial over here. It shows all the assets which are in the trial mode, and we can just right click on the asset that we want to purchase and click on instant purchase. And in this instant purchase pop-up, you can see two different options for licensing. The first one is standard license and the second is iContent license. The standard license allows the user to export the assets animations from iClone to any external software like Blender, Unreal. In my case, I will be rendering the animations within iClone, so I can use the iContent license, which is much cheaper compared to the standard license. So we can select the iContent license over here and click on place order. I have already loaded the DA points in my Reallusion account, and it uses the DA points to purchase the item. And now when we go to the scene panel, you can see that the item that we have purchased, it shows in blue color, which means it is iContent license. And the ones which are purple are the trial mode assets. Let's go ahead and fix the textures of the bridge asset, and we'll purchase the iContent license for the bridge as well. We will use the character Kevin from iClone as the driver. And now in the smart search panel, we will search for driving motion. You can select the motions category on the left over here. Luckily, we are using an SUV and there is a driving motion for SUV over here. We will double click on this asset to download the trial version. Let's apply this motion onto the character. This character actually gets injured on his head, hitting the steering wheel as the accident happens. So let's look for driving to brake motion. I think this one looks good. Let's go to the product page. This opens up the Actor Core website showing the motion. I think this looks good, so let's download the trial version for this. And I will combine both the driving motion and driving to brake motion together to create the whole animation. Next, let's search for paramedics. Select the actors category over here. These characters are part of the Actor Core and it's not available for trial version. So we can right click and select on product page and you can check out the character in 3D over here. This looks good, so let's go back to iClone, right click and instant purchase, and let's purchase the iContent license. For the other paramedics team, I already have this character purchase, so we'll use this. Let's give the same driving motion that we have downloaded earlier. We'll apply the same motion for both the characters and make changes in the motion. And we'll link both of these characters to the ambulance. Go to the content panel and select trial version over here. And let's purchase this motion. Right click and instant purchase. For this particular motion, only the standard license is available, so we'll purchase this. And we will also purchase the motion drive to brake that we have used. And now in the scene panel, when you check the character, it doesn't show the purple color anymore because we have purchased the motion. So only the ambulance asset in the scene is now creating this watermark. So let's go and purchase that as well. Go to content panel, select the trial category, right click on the ambulance and instant purchase. Select the iContent license and place order. And for the accident to occur, I want the tires to burst. So I will use character creator to create a version where the tire is deformed. Let's save this as a OBJ file. Then come back to iClone. Let's select this tire over here. Go to modify panel and select morph creator over here. And within this morph creator, let's click on this plus icon in the edit morph and select the OBJ that we have created from character creator. You can slide this to check if the morph is working. This is perfect. You can simply click on update morph to iClone over here and then close the morph creator. And in the morph animator panel, you can see the slide that we have added. So let's create our first shot. Go to create, camera and then linear camera. For the first shot, we are going to link this camera to the car. And then using the face key, we will add some expressions to the character to show that the character is driving very happily. And we will also add some movement to the head using edit motion layer. And now let's create another camera. And this would be mounted at the front of the car, focusing on the tire which is going to deflate. And let's rotate the tire to give certain movement. And let's add the deforming animation using morph animator. And just to make the animation look more realistic, we will animate the chases of the car as secondary motion. And now we will attach a smoke particle system to the tire. I will add more keyframes to the movement of the car to show that the car is going out of control and then hitting the side of the bridge. After hitting the side, the car still moves forward because of the speed at which the car was running. Here we will add another camera which is in place and the car is closing towards the camera to show the impact. And now we will add another camera which would be like a drone shot. and the camera follows the car as the car is being dragged on the side. Here, just to show the impact, we can also add a sparks particle as the car is colliding with the side rail. Later on, we will render this as a separate shot to show the sparks. And now let's animate the character inside the car. We will add keyframes to this drive to brake motion that we have added. So using the motion layer options, we will animate the upper body of the character where the head is injured and then he falls unconscious towards the left. And just to show that the character is injured in the head, we can use the blend texture on the character's face. We can open the base color of the face and create a blood stain on the head. Let's save this as a separate image file and we will use this in the blend texture. And after adding the blend texture over here, we can animate the strength of this texture. So the blood stain is only visible after the head collides with the steering wheel. And now let's start with the animation of the paramedic. So I will animate the movement of the ambulance first. So it stops right next to the car. And we will create a camera and mount it on the top so we can link the camera to the ambulance and focus on the lights above the ambulance. And we will animate the strength of the glow map to show the ambulance lights. For the next shot, we will keep a low angle right above the road to show that one of the paramedics gets down from the ambulance and starts running towards the car. The running animation, we can simply use the motion puppet tool which is already available in iClone. For the next shot, we can mount the camera to the stretcher which is inside the ambulance. With the point of view of the stretcher, we can show the other paramedic opening the doors of the ambulance from behind and taking out the stretcher. To add the motion, we can simply use the motion puppet tool where the character is walking forwards, and we can simply right click on the motion and click on reverse to reverse the motion. This will make the character walk backwards. As the stretcher is being taken out, we can show in the same shot that the other paramedic has reached the car and is opening the car door. And for these movements, we can simply use the keyframe animation as these are very quick shots. For the next shot, we will mount the camera on the driver itself, where the driver is slowly taken out by one of the paramedic. For the next shot, we will create a camera and mount it on the stretcher, and we will show as if the paramedic is placing the driver on the stretcher. And we will continue the same shot as the stretcher is placed inside the ambulance. All of these are very quick cuts. So for the next shot, we will create a camera and mount it on the door that the paramedic closes as she starts driving. We can simply add keyframes to the driving motion that we have added to this character. And after she closes the door, we can move the ambulance forward. For the next scene, we need to create a doctor, a nurse, and the same driver in the patient costume. So let's open Character Creator. So in the Smart Search panel, you can click on this image icon and you can simply drag and drop any image, and the AI searches for the assets that are very similar to the image that we have uploaded. So in this case, I'm looking for a whole combo where we need a nurse, a doctor, as well as a patient costume. So let's see if we have something like that in the packs. This pack called Medical Combo, you can right click and click on product page, and you can see all the costumes which is available within this combo. So let's purchase this whole medical combo and use its assets to create all three different characters. This character needs to have a band-aid as well because of the head injury. So over here we can search for head band-aid in the Smart Search and select the category clothing on the left. Let's download the trial version of this band-aid and apply it on the character. I think this solves the purpose, but I want to change the position of this band-aid on his head. So we can click on edit mesh over here in the modify panel, select all the vertices and rescale it and position it correctly. So this works for me. So let's buy the iContent license for this band-aid as well. And now that we have all the characters that we need for the hospital sequence, let's get back to iClone. And in the smart search, we can search for hospital. I'm looking for a simple hospital room, so I think this works for me. Let's download the trial version of this room and see the quality of the whole asset. I think this room is perfect for the scene. So let's buy the iContent license for this as well. And I also want to create a specific point of view shot of the patient while he is being taken to the hospital room on the stretcher as he gains few seconds of consciousness. So let's make use of all the assets which is available within this hospital room and create a corridor with lights on the top. I will be adding a glow kind of effect for this shot, so that's the reason I'm keeping the lights on the top. So let's bring 3 characters into the scene. The driver from the previous sequence who is injured, and a nurse from the hospital, and one of the paramedic members. And I will create a simple walking animation for both the nurse and paramedic characters. Using the motion puppet tool, I will mask all the other parts of the body and just add a motion to the head of this patient. And with the camera linked to the head of the character, we can create a point of view shot of the patient. We will link all these 3 characters to the stretcher and simply animate the movement of the stretcher from one point to the other. I think this shot works for me. And for this sequence, I am going on a non-linear path of the shots. So I will create all the shots that I need and edit them later. For the next shot, I will create a close of the eyes of the patient as he opens his eyes and looks at his wife. So we will use the face key and face puppet tools to create the expression for this character. And for the next shot, I want to add the doctor and the nurse discussing about the patient. So we will add simple motions from the motion puppet tool. So for some reason the actor looks very angry, we'll fix that later. For the next shot, I want a close-up of the patient holding his wife's hand. This looks good. And let's just create one more shot with the point of view of the patient looking at his wife as she smiles at him. And for the final shot, I want the camera to move backwards slowly as the patient and his wife smiles at each other. And now that we are done with all the shots that I need for the Previs, let's change the lighting of both the sequences based on the script. So let's start by changing the lighting of this hospital sequence. Let's delete all the default lights which is available in iClone, so I can do the lighting from scratch. So because this is an interior scene and it's a hospital, let's add a lot of point lights to this scene. And the lights on the ceiling also, I will add different point lights placed exactly at the center of the light. And based on each shot that I have added, I will add some fill light for the characters so they can look much better. And similarly for the accident sequence, this whole sequence happens at night, so we will change the lighting for this as well. I'll remove all the default lights including the IBL over here. And let's place a lot of point lights which will be on the sides of the bridge. And let's also add a light inside the car. And once all these lights are done, let's also create the headlights for the car as well as the ambulance. So I'll be using the spotlights to create the headlights for these. And I will also add a glow map for the headlights of the car and the ambulance. And I will also search for some low poly cars in the smart search, and I will use these cars in the scene to add some traffic. And now that all the lights and all the post effects is done, I am going to render all the shots that I have created with both of these sequences. And after the render is done, I'm going to edit all the shots in After Effects, adding some sound effects and some post effects. And after all the edit, these are the final results of the Previs. As a Previs artist, speed and flexibility are everything. Directors need to see their vision come to life quickly, and iClone makes that possible. With deep search, I can instantly find environments, props, characters, clothing, and even motion packs, all directly inside the software. The ability to test assets in trial mode and then purchase them instantly with DA points makes the workflow seamless. And with iContent returning to iClone is the perfect fit for Previs. Fast, affordable, and built right into the software. What makes it even more powerful is the Reallusion ecosystem. The marketplace is filled with content from featured developers around the world, including a growing collection tailored for Indian content. This gives artists like me even more flexibility to find exactly what is needed for any of my projects. For me, iClone has always been the perfect software for all of my previous projects, and I would like to thank Reallusion for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with the users. Thank you.